think anybody's on yet. I don't know if people are on. Let's see. Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm going to give a few minutes for people to go jump on. I'm looking on my iPad here and my computer. I can't see. I think I could see comments pop up, but I have it next to me just in case I can't. So I'll just give a few minutes. I'm actually going to move this over here so I can see comments. Just get myself set up a little bit. And I wish I could make this screen bigger. Can't. Okay, so say hello if you're here. I'm not talking to myself. Hi, Tracy, I'm sorry. Hi, Dottie. Hello, everybody. I'm excited to share this today. I'm really excited. I wanted to wait a little bit to do it because I've been doing subscription boxes for like 6 months now, and a lot of people had asked me previously, hello. A lot of people had asked me previously to do it, and I'm like, I didn't have enough experience in doing it, so I didn't want to like come jump on here and be like, oh yeah, you know, I know this and I know that, when I really wasn't that educated in it. And I know 6 months isn't like a super long amount of time, but I've learned enough in the past couple of months to really give you guys like a solid idea and knowledge about running. I'm gonna try not to play with my hair. It's like a nervous thing, so you gotta like bear with me here. So, you know, I wish that I would have got a lot of this information when I was first starting out with subscription boxes, because it was a lot of legwork in the beginning, which of course it's, you know, anything that you do in business, you know, it's a lot of legwork, but there's a lot of jumping through hoops and finding all this information out. So I'm here to show you guys what I learned, and, you know, hopefully you could take something from this with you and use it in your own business. I'm open to a bunch of questions, so whatever questions you have, I just ask. If I don't address it, and you're watching it on a replay, just write replay next to questions so I don't miss the questions. I also have a bunch of questions written down from my post the other day, yesterday, that I have set aside here that hopefully I'll be able to address them. But if I don't, please let me know. I literally did my makeup. I've just finished baking. Like, I just took my last tray out of the oven. I'm like, I gotta do my makeup really fast. And this is like 5-day-old hair. So, you know, it's really not that pretty. So, all right. How many do we have? We have 50 people on. All right. So I'm going to just jump in. I'm going to tell you a little bit why I got started with subscription boxes. So somebody did a live here. I think it was Amy. I'm not sure. Whoever did the live, I apologize if I'm not remembering. But it really like sparked something in my brain. I'm like, wow, like that would be really awesome. Like having that revenue over and over each month, knowing that I have this amount coming in. Obviously it's going to fluctuate, but being able to cut back on my customs, because that was a really big thing for me. I'm extremely booked, and you know, I do get very overwhelmed sometimes. I try to make all my customers happy, but you know, it was Amy. I thought so. Okay. I try to make all my customers happy, and I have a hard time saying no. So I was really like in a spot where I'm like, I really just need to like pull back from doing this. So I watched her live, and I sat on it for like a year. And I was like, I'm not in a spot in my business right now. I'm just, you know, had too many custom orders booked. I can't like stop what I'm doing and do this. But it was always something that like I thought about. So last year, I finally said, all right, I'm going to throw myself into this. I'm going to get this up and running. Hey Rachel, I had the idea in my head. I knew what I wanted to do, but I just needed to like execute it. And what was really paralyzing me was the idea of like the subscription platform. How are people going to pay? I don't want to be bothered with giving people invoices every single month. I want it automatically taken out. They don't want to be a subscriber, they'll get canceled. And and I really wanted to profit from it. So it was like crunching numbers, finding all of that information out, and it was a lot of work. So I worked on it early in the year. So the first thing, now I just start off by saying, I've been in business for about 8 years. I have a very steady following. Like I have my core customers that no matter what, they're ordering from me every single special. They order from me every single kids, especially any special occasion in their life. I know they're not leaving me. They're super loyal. So I have a solid, I would say, 30 people that are like that. 30 to 40 people. So what I decided to do first was I took what Heather and Corey had said in their podcast, and I started a group on top of my Facebook page. And I really didn't want to do that because it was like another social media thing that I need to keep up with, which I'm still not that great with keeping up with that group. But I decided to create an exclusives group, and I called it the Pixie Dust Exclusives. And I added all of my really good customers. And once I had 50 people in that group, I asked for opinions, and I started just throwing ideas out there. And I'm like, all right, guys, what do you think about subscription boxes? Is that something that you would like? Would you want monthly? Would you want, quarterly? What is your, idea about it? What is your thought? Well, what are your thoughts? And people loved it. They're like, I would subscribe. And I'm like, all right. So this could be maybe something that I could work with. I'm like, all right, good. Stay tuned for more information in the future. Let me get to work. So this was in I'd say April that I did this. So I started really getting to work, and I wanted to first figure out, before I did anything, figure out what I wanted my product to be. So for that, I started following a group on Facebook, and I think it was called How to Start a Subscription Box or something like that. I could find out the name of the group. But they had me do this really cool activity. I don't think I have them anymore. And it was called the Post-it Note Challenge. And what they did was, it was Post-it notes. And you wrote January, February, March, April, May, June through December. Then that would be your first Post-it note. Then underneath it, what do you want your box to be? So just say February. I want my box to be Valentine's Day. Who are you targeting? Are you targeting kids? Are you targeting adults? Are you targeting women? Are you targeting men? Who is your target? And this particular, person that I was, talking with, they're like, you really shouldn't target launch your box. That's it. Yep. Thank you, Lindsay. They have great planning schedules. They say that you shouldn't target more than one audience. So you shouldn't target, kids and adults. It should be, if you're gonna do a kid-friendly box, you should just do it, for kid, themed, holidays, whatever. So I knew I wanted to do themed boxes, and I knew that every month it was going to be a specific theme, and I was gonna run with that theme, really go down to every single detail. So fall, Halloween, it would specifically be holiday, whatever. So I really amped my customers up. I was constantly on social media, on my page, on my group, saying, guys, I'm really working on something really cool. Stay tuned. And I had a date. And on July 4th, I am going live, and I am announcing what I am doing with my business, what this new venture is. And everybody was like, yes, I can't wait. I set up an event on my Facebook page, on my main page, and I did July 4th or July 3rd. I did it, whatever it was. I did a live event people clicked attend so they would get notifications, and I planned out in that meantime from like May to July. I like hit the ground running. I researched everything. I got my numbers down. I figured out exactly what I wanted to do. Obviously, didn't pick out my themes. I don't pick out my themes until I'll get all into that. But I didn't have all my themes planned out, but I had an idea. So I said, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch my first box as a 4th of July box. I'm going to make 10 boxes. I'm going to do my live, and I'm going to sell them. And I want feedback. I want people to do a box opening. I want them to share it, blah, 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 blah. So I have a lot of stuff to show you guys, like pictures and everything. So I'm trying to think of what order I want to do this in. All right, so I'm going to start, before I get to the launch day live that I did, I'll start with like the boring stuff that you need to know about, that you hate, but you need to know because it's important. So I currently have my website through Wix. I can only speak through Wix because that's the only one that I know. That's the only one. I know Cratejoy offers subscriptions. I know Shopify offers subscriptions. I really didn't get too much into it because I knew that I could use Wix, and I did not want to change my website because everybody knew it. I bought the domain. I already paid for it for the year, which was a lot of money, and I didn't want to, get out of that. So I looked for add-on subscription platforms that I could incorporate into my website. So I wound up going with a company called Subly, and it's Subly. And it's a subscription platform. And what it is you set up on their page a product. So my product is called the Once Upon a Cookie box, and you set that product up on your page, and there's like an external, I think, link, if that's what you call it. I don't know, I'm not good with that kind of stuff, but there's a link that you link to your website. And then on my website, let's see if I could show you this really quick. So I don't know if we can do this. Okay, can everybody see that, or is it like super? Can you guys see that, my phone? Okay, so when you're on your phone, this is what my webpage looks like there. Hold on one second. Am I still live, guys? Do you still see me? Am I talking to myself? Just tell me if, you still see me. I really hope I'm still live. Oh, I can see it. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, I just got so nervous. Okay. All right, perfect. Still see it. Yep. Okay, great. All right, perfect. All right, so when you go on my website, okay, the name of the, oh God, all the comments are coming through now. I think I was frozen on my end. The name is called Subly, Subly. So when you go on my page, this is what you see. I have my first option as the Once Upon a Cookie box. So when you click on that, oh my God. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. It comes up weird on mobile. So it says subscribe here. Now, this is still my website, but when I click subscribe here, it brings me, you'll see, to subly.com, whatever. And then it brings you to my product. That is where the external link gets put in. So they have a few different options. I'm going to just tell you the option that I do. Now, also, you don't get paid by Subly. You have two options for getting payments. You could either do it through, they give you the option to go through something called Stripe, or you could do it through, thank you, Donna, you could do it through PayPal. I went with the cheaper fee. So Subly, their fee is $40 a month for the basic plan. That's all I needed. I didn't need anything fancy. I just got the basic plan. I paid $40 a month for it. They charge you 5% per transaction fee. And then if you go through Stripe, Stripe charges you 1%. If you go through PayPal, PayPal charges you 1.25%. So I do it through Stripe. So I'm paying, 6% I'm paying total out of my transaction fees. So I set up a product and it is monthly. I don't have a minimum. You can cancel at any time. I didn't want to lock people into 3 months. A lot of subscribers do that. Subscribers that I know that have different kinds of companies. I didn't want to do that because I know how it feels to be, stuck in a situation where 1 month you don't have the money, and I have a good relationship with my customers. So I don't want to lock them down. And, I am aware running this subscription business that, are there any other subscribe link services available? What do you mean exactly, Cecile? I'm sorry. I didn't want to lock them in, to a certain amount of, number of months. So I decided to do monthly. So when they subscribe every month on the same time, every single month, they get money automatically taken out. I have it set up, if their payment doesn't go through, to try them 3 more times, because sometimes, other than Subly, there's Cratejoy, there's Shopify, and Kelly just said that Wix now offers subscriptions. I didn't know that, but that's definitely something I'll look into. Those are the 2 that I really know of. So, for instance, I'll just give you my timeline. My subscribers signed up on the 16th of the month. I launched on August 16th was when my launch date was. So on the 16th of every single month, that gets taken out. If their first payment fails, they try again the next day. If that payment fails, they try again the next day. If that payment fails, they'll try again 3 days later. And if that fails, they're automatically canceled. I don't give them a warning. I don't message them. They don't want to subscribe. They know their financial situation. I'm not going to put them in an awkward position and be like, hey, just let you know your payment failed. I'm not going to do that. They know. And if it happened on accident and they want to reach out to me, they could easily resubscribe. It's not a big deal. So that's how I do it. So then on the 16th of the month, all of the payments get taken out. And then it's 3 days later, your payout comes through. So I'll get a notification from Stripe saying your payout for your cookie box is on its way, and it gets direct deposited right into my account. So that's how that works. People are able to cancel at any time. People are able to pause their subscription at any time. So I have a customer last week that just paused her subscription. I think the most you could pause it for is 6 months. And she paused it to 6 months, and whatever, she'll pick back up. That's fine. That's totally fine. So there's a cutoff date. So if they don't sign up, so how I launched it, let's go back to now. If I'm all over the place, guys, just let me know if you have any questions, if I'm confusing you. It's so much information with this box that I'm just trying to give you everything. So back to launch date. So July 3rd, I decided to launch my box. So now I had my product all figured out. So my product, let me just read. I have someone asking me to pay a later date each month. Would you let them go or accommodate them? They do end up paying, but it's annoying. Yeah, so I love you, Christina. So I do have one person like that. This is now the 2nd month that her payment failed, and now she's asking me to pay PayPal, and next month she swears it'll go through. I let it slide this time. I'm going to assess the situation next month. If it happens again, I probably may let her go as a subscriber, because this is what I wanted to avoid. FabFitFun You're not calling them up and they're like, oh, I couldn't pay my subscription this month. Do you mind if I just PayPal you on the side? Like, that's not happening. So even though I am not FabFitFun, I'm a little pixie dust, I still want to run my business professionally, and I try to avoid that, and I don't want to get into that. So, that's really up to you. I don't know, so what your situation is if you have a platform where they take out each month and she's just asking you to pay later, or if you are just having people pay you directly. It's completely up to you. But if you need to set that like from the beginning, like, no, this is it gets taken out the 16th of every month. That's what it's going to be. I know it's tough when you're working with people who you know too. So at this point, I knew what my product would be. So my product is a themed box every month, and it consists of 6 decorated sugar cookies. It consists of 5 drop gourmet cookies and a bonus. I call it a bonus. I call it an extra. I still haven't found a name. It's stupid. I don't even know what to call it. But I'll show you what my launch box was right here. Okay. You know what? I'm going to get off my iPad and I'm going to show you right here what my launch box was. So my bonus, just bear with me as I pull this up. My bonus every month is not a cookie at all. It's food related, but it's never a cookie. It's always something fun. I'm really into party planning and all that kind of stuff. When my kids were little with birthday parties, I loved making the favors. So I wanted to do something really cute like that. So that's kind of what I was going for. So this was, I'm going to stand up because I'm so short here. Whoop. No. Okay. This was my July subscription box. This was just the cookies though. I didn't take a full picture. I'll show you though. So it was 6 cookies. I always keep the same color scheme to make it easy for me. And I wanted to, cohesively make it all work. And then in the box, this is not how my boxes look every month. This was just for this specific one, but you could see the drop cookie. It was cookies and cream. And then this was my extra. So this was a s'mores pack, and it was 4 Hershey bars, 4 little Hershey pieces, 4 marshmallows and graham crackers. And it said, let's celebrate s'more. I always include a tag. I think it's super cute. It's different. Thank you, Lisa. So that was my July box. So when I launched it, I had over 100 people, come on live. And I was getting such amazing feedback. And I decided at that time, I was going to create a wait list. Create some excitement and, create an urgency. I need to get this subscription box. So I created a wait list on Google Forms or something. And I said, the first 25 people on my wait list will get first dibs on subscriptions a day earlier than I go out into the public. So so my goal that I wanted every month was 25 subscribers. That's what I wanted. So that's where the 25 came from. That's what I had in my head. That's what I wanted. And that was it. So I got 50 people on that wait list. And I was like, holy crap. That's really good. Can I do this? And now I'm the wheels are spinning. I'm can I really do this? Oh, that's cute, Katie. A dream item. That's cute. That's really cute. So I said launch date was going to be August 17th, but August 16th was going to be for my early people. The cost of my box is $45 for people who are picking up. I offer picking up and I offer shipping. On Subly, there is an option for shipping. I determined my shipping price. I made a box. I got my boxes. So these are the boxes that I use. I use white mailers. It's 13 by 9 by 3. I get them off of Amazon. And they are about $35 for 20 boxes. I weighed everything. I measured everything. And shipping wound up costing me like $7.77. So I already had accounted for shipping in my price that I deducted. So shipping is a flat fee of $8. So that's automatically added in. People, when they're checking out, they have the option to have the item shipped, or they could pick up. So shipped is 53, and pickup is 45. So that's how much I charge. I really need to. I need to raise my prices because, as we all know, eggs, butter, all the things. I have not gotten around to that. I really don't know how to go about doing that. That's a whole nother thing. But right now I'm keeping the price where it is. I make enough profit. My profit for each box winds up being like $37, and that's fine for me. So I created the wait list, and it like wound up being like really good. So my subscribe date was going to be August 16th for waitlist people. Now, that's when they subscribe. My subscriptions are a month ahead of time. And obviously, you guys knowing... Oh, I cut out. Can everybody hear me? Let me know if I'm still here. Let me know if I'm here. I don't want to keep talking if I'm not... You're still there. You're good. Okay. All right. Okay. So it's a month ahead of time because, as you know, we need to know what our product and what we're making and how many we need to make of each thing. So I set it up that my customers are always a month ahead. So my payments that just got taken out the 16th of this month is actually for February's box. So in the end, like when their last subscription is, like their payment, for whatever reason, if they cancel, if I stop doing it, they'll get that one extra box. And I do that because I obviously need to know if anybody's payment doesn't go through. Am I frozen? If my payment doesn't go through, then I know that I'm not making... If their payment doesn't go through, I know I'm not making a box for that person that month. Okay, you're good. All right, I'm sorry, guys. If you can't see me, just let me know. Okay, so that's how I do it. I do it, 1 month ahead. But now moving forward for new subscribers, I have a cutoff date. For anybody subscribing now. So if you subscribe before the 10th of the month, you will get that month's box. But if you're subscribing after the 10th of every month, you're now going into next month's box because I'm not going to have enough time to execute your box and do all that stuff in enough time. So it's by the 10th of the month, and that's stated on my website. I have a little asterisk, and I say see note below, and the note below says if you are whatever, it has to be by the 10th of the month, or you're getting next month's box. I don't remember my wording. So yeah, so back to inside my box, I do include some inserts. And everything that I have here, I create on Canva. So every month, everybody gets one of these little cards. And this card just says, scan here from my Instagram, do an unboxing, snap some pictures, leave a review. And that I always include in there. What day of the month is your pickup date? So my pickup date fluctuates, but it's all within the same amount. It's anywhere from the 17th to the 19th, depending on what my week looks like. I don't take customs. except for this week, but let's not talk about that. I usually don't take customs. So this month, the 19th is my pickup. I'm going to try and finish the rest of my cookies tonight so I can at least ship out my orders, my shipped out orders tomorrow. But we'll see how that goes. So then I also include, and I ship local. I don't ship, really, I ship one out of state just because it was a friend of mine and I'm doing kind of her a favor. But I did this is this month's subscription and little insert. And on this insert, it tells them what's inside the box. It's like a little preview. So it's showing them this is all about cozy and winter, and included this month is going to be a vanilla sugar cookie, Nutella, peanut butter, and birthday cake. And then my gourmet cookies are snowballs. And then my bonus is a build your own snowman, which I'll show you because I have that done already. Flavor wise, I know I'm going back and forth, but flavors, I always do 3 vanilla every single month. And then I always do 3 new flavors. Chocolate's always a popular one. So I try to include some type of chocolate. But my other 3 cookies are always 3 different flavors. So this was my November's box. And I'll show you the box, but this was the insert. And it was all Thanksgiving feast. And I did vanilla, chocolate, pumpkin spice, and cookies and cream. No, the card doesn't show you what's coming next month. So these boxes are a surprise. I will do a little sneak peek so people can get an idea of the theme. But the whole box is not revealed until I know everybody's order was shipped and sent to their house and they have it. Yes, there is a way to make sure only within your state. There's actually an option on Subly that you can choose your regions and your areas of where it goes to, separately. So that was that. I will show you what my box is. Well, let me just show you. So this month I'm doing a build your own snowman. I do 4 different sugar cookie flavors, yes. So, this month, it's do you want to build a snowman? And inside I have 3 marshmallows. I have 3 sticks, 1 to go through the entire body, and then 2 for the arms. I have an orange Tic Tac for the nose. I have 2 mini chocolate chips for the eyes, and then I have a fruit roll-up piece for the scarf. So, and it says a little tag here, how to build your snowman. And I include 1 extra bonus item in the box per month. I don't, do more than that, just 1. If they have more than 1 kid, that's build the snowman together. So that's what I do for that. So I'm going to show you just a few of. So my first subscription box launched in September. That was my first one. And this is what it was. So it was, I did a little stackable scarecrow and he was nestled into the pumpkin. I'll show you how I package also, Samantha. I'll go over all of that. 6 sugar cookies and 5 drop cookies I do. I did a corn. I did a cute little apple latte girl. I always do 1 Eddie image just to make my life easy. I just, to make that design easy, I try to keep it pretty simple, except for October, and you'll see why. I did apple snickerdoodles, which were a huge favorite for people. And then I did scarecrow crunch for my bonus item, which was a Chex mix. It was peanut butter, Reese's Pieces, caramel popcorn, Chex, pretzels, candy corn, stuff like that. So that was September. October, I said, this is such a great idea for a subscription box. I saw the Flowered Canvases Mad Scientist set. And so I said, I'm going to recreate that. I was cursing my life. Every cookie that I did. It was so much work. The detail, the amount of steps that were in these cookies. So that is something that I really highly recommend you thinking about your designs and really thinking about, you know, how long it's going to take you, because you want to be profitable, and you don't want to be spending tons of time working on these cookies. You want to give them a good product, but you don't want to, like, this killed me. Like, I think I spent 7 hours just on Frankenstein. I currently have 35 subscribers right now. And I will go over, you know, people dropping, people coming back. I'll go over all of that with you and what I've learned the past couple months. But also included in this set was peanut butter double chocolate cookies. And then my little extra was a test tube filled with gummy brains and gummy worms and a gummy heart. Gummy eyeball. It was a gummy eyeball. It was really cute. It was a really, really cute set. And then, I have the card in front of me. Yeah. So that was that. And November's box was all Thanksgiving. I did a, you know, realistic turkey, pumpkin pie, mashed potatoes, an Eddie image, and my drop cookie was oatmeal cranberry. And my extra item, I did peanut clusters that month. My December item, my December box, I wanted to do like a whole like candy, you know, gingerbread kind of theme. So I went with all that. The snow globe I actually put in a bag with nonpareils to make it look like it was a snow globe, like you could shake it. It was really cute. And then it was a peanut butter snickerdoodle, and my extra was a hot cocoa set. So it was a packet of hot cocoa with a candy cane and 2 Hershey Kisses. For January, I'm working on it right now, and these are my sketches. It's going to be all like winter theme. An igloo, a hat. I'm doing a penguin, let's get cozy, and a snowflake. My drop cookie is snowballs, like those cookies that, like, you know, my grandma used to make them. You know, these guys. And my bonus was the snowman. So those are my ideas for boxes. Yes, I'm doing flavored sugar cookies in each one. So, yes, ingredients are on the back. So the week before I start decorating, I print all my labels. So these are all my ingredient labels. Everything is included. What contains nuts, what doesn't. This goes on every single cookie. I even, you know, my snowball cookies, I even wrote that on there. I print out all of my inserts. I print out all of my cards, everything, because in the beginning I didn't do that, and I was like printing out labels as I was trying to ship, and I'm like, this is a nightmare. This all needs to be done ahead of time because I'm not dealing with this. I'll go over my customer base and all of that stuff, and who I found subscribed and who, whatever, all that. But I'll go over shipping. So, what size sugar and drop cookies do you mainly have? All of my sugar cookies are pretty much like a 3.5-inch cookie, sometimes a little bigger. Like, I'll show you. I made an igloo. Oh my God, it's like the size of my head. So like I just did this igloo cookie, and like you could see, it's huge. It's really big. Sometimes they'll be a little bigger. Sometimes they'll be a little smaller. I try to balance it out. You know, I don't ever give them all like 5 small cookies or stuff like that. So inside the box, I buy from Uline, because like my whole brand is pink. Everything is pink. So I don't theme paper shred with the box. I thought about doing that, and I'm like, it's just not, you know, feasible to do it like that financially. Because I pay a lot of money for this shred. So I get hot pink shred, and I put it in the bottom. And then what I do is I just, you know, I layer each cookie on top of each other, you know, staggered. I put the drop cookies on this side, and then I put this special bonus on top of that. I sprinkle a little bit more paper shred. I top it with my 2 cards, and then I always include inspirational stickers because I just think it's really cute, and I include 2 little inspirational stickers. I heat seal every single cookie. Yes. I put 2 stickers in every single box just because I think it's cute. For shipping, I, make sure that everything is completely bubble wrapped. I buy these from Uline. They're bubble packets, individuals. Sometimes I can get 2 cookies. I don't make the stickers myself. I did learn how to do it. I have the sticker paper. I have not tried to do that yet. Hopefully this year I could try and do that. I'll add it to my list. But each cookie goes in here. It gets folded. This thing gets peeled off. It gets folded, and it goes in each box. I light another sheet of just paper shred on top of that, paper shred on the bottom, same as the other, and then I just do like a small piece of this laying on top, and I do the shake test. Give it a good shake. If you can't hear anything, you're good to go. I have not had any issues, knock on wood, knock on everything. I ship about 25 of my boxes out. Most of my customers ship. Even though they live, some of them 5 minutes away. It's just convenient for them. These bubble bags are, I believe, 6 inches. It's 6 by 6 bags. And then the box was 13 by 9 by 3. Those are on Amazon. So I do the shake test, make sure everything is good with that. I print my labels. Let me unplug this. I have the Munbin label maker, so I print, and I have the Munbin scale, so I can accurately weigh, even though it's pretty much the same every month. I could weigh everything here, and then I have the 4 by 6 labels, and I print them all through my machine. I have an account with Pirate Ship, so I get discounted rates. It really is awesome. It really saves you a lot of money. So I do it right through Pirate Ship. I input all of my information. The names are saved each month, so I don't even need to every single time individually write every single person's name. And you don't need to do that because I'm only like new people. It memorizes it. So when I'm shipping, after I seal up my box, I got this cute tape from Sticker Mule. It's packing tape. You upload your logo, they send you a proof. This is a 300-foot roll for $33. It has lasted me. It's probably 6 months. I bought another roll as a backup, but it'll last me 6 months. I'll probably be done after next month, which is pretty good, honestly. So I'll just go right across the box with that. I'll put their shipping label on it. I have these labels that I print on my Munbin that says fragile, handle with care. They're adorable. They're like flower shaped. So they have the scalloped edges. So they're super cute. I'm all about it. And I think that's it for packaging. I don't go crazy. I don't bubble wrap anything for the people. Who did I get what from, Heidi? Those labels, those like ombre labels came from Munbin like themselves. But I think you can get them from Amazon, like through Munbin. People who are picking up, I don't do all of that packaging for it. I do put the sticker tape on it, but I don't do any of that bubble wrap or anything like that. Do you have an Amazon? I don't have an Amazon list. The sticker labels with my logo is from Sticker Mule, MULE. They have really cool stuff, like really cool stuff. So I'm just gonna go back just because things are coming up and I'm remembering it. So before I did my box, I really like got down to like my numbers. This is a mess. Like I'm a pen and paper person. So this is a mess. But I literally did a breakdown. Like guys, I did it to like literally like how much a teaspoon would be. Like how much per egg. It was like 16 cents per egg. Like I literally did it to like exactly how much it was costing me per box. I shopped for so many shipping boxes to find my best price. I'm constantly shopping around, constantly doing that. I'm constantly adjusting. But I really highly suggest you getting your number down to figure, because you want to profit from these boxes. So you really want to like hone in on all of that. As far as my subscribers, I have found now that I've been doing it for 6 months that my really good customers have stayed. Like those 30 that I was like telling you about, that's who subscribes. So I found what a lot of people, if I understand correctly, you use bubble wrap bags for each cookie. Yes, each cookie. If I'm able to like nicely lay 2 in one and I could lay it flat without them overlapping, I will. I have been able to do that in the past. Excuse me, I just need to take a sip of water. I did find over the holidays that what people were doing, they would message me and they would ask me for custom cookies for the holidays, and I would tell them that I was booked. So they would subscribe and then they would unsubscribe the next month. So that happened a lot. Like I got a bunch of people that did that, and it was like really making me angry. I'm like, I'm only allowed to ship within New York. That's my laws. Yeah. But like I said, I do it for one of my friends. So it was like really making me mad. I'm like you've seriously got to be kidding me. Like you just want cookies, you just want holiday cookies. And they were unsubscribing. A lot of their payments were failing, a lot of people's payments were failing, and they were doing it on purpose, because they didn't want the box anymore, which was fine. There's ebbs and flows in this business, and I totally knew that this was going to happen. I do rely on the money every month, of course, but like not to like the exact dollar amount. I still do some customs. I still do my pre-sales. I just cut back a little bit. And I feel like after the holidays, I got a few people, like 3 paused, which I expected. The holidays, people are, it's January. January stinks. So some people paused, and, I do have like a drop down menu of why they're canceling. And some people said it was too frequent. How many cookies can somebody possibly eat? Somebody said it was getting too expensive. Cookies are a luxury, it's not a necessity. This is a total luxury item. So I'm kind of at that point where it's like my really good customers are with me. And I kind of feel like I hit a plateau. Like I'm unsure of how to really market this to people who are not in my little circle. I have to really if I want to build this subscription, I really need to work on marketing that out. But I feel like you need a solid customer base to really build this. Like I would not recommend this for somebody just starting out and not having any clients, any customers right now. Like it may work, but it wouldn't work for me. Because people need to trust you. You're subscribed, you're giving somebody your money every single month. So it's like, I have a relationship with these people. So I guess they trust it. Do you offer per month subscription, 3 month? My subscriptions are per month. I don't offer any discounts or referrals, really honestly, because I don't know how to do that. I know that Subly does offer it. But I really don't know how that would work because they're locked into a price. So really, I'm not sure how that is. I was thinking about doing quarterly or every other month, but I don't think I could do, I don't know if Subly offers quarterly, but that wasn't my plan in the beginning. Like I really wanted like that money coming in every month. So that's what I wanted to do with that. Let me look at some of the questions from yesterday and see if I answered them all. To use a platform where the customer could let their auto ship, or they have an option to add something on before the order processes. I'm not sure what that means. When they pick shipping, it's always shipped unless they go into their account and they change it. Shipping is included. They have to choose that. So at what point do I prepare my product? This is a loaded question. So for 35 boxes a month, I really only need a week to do it. I'm doing my subscriptions now in 3 days. So I would say a week. I would say the week before. Depends on how fast. I work really fast. I could decorate really fast. I pick designs now that will take me quicker, but still have like that wow effect. So it really depends on your workflow. Like, you know, I recommend one day. What I usually do is I do my baking day. So like I'll make all my doughs, I'll make all my cookies, all my icings, color my icing, and then I work on 3 designs at a time. So like right now I just finished 3 vanilla designs. They're completely done. Tonight I'll be working on my other 3. And I would then pull those out of the freezer and start working on them. But my icing is made, everything is made all in one day. That's really the way it works for me. I hate like baking and then decorating and then like baking some more. It's too much for me to do. I get like very overwhelmed. During the holidays, I had an assistant that used to come and she did all my baking for the week. So that really, really helped. I don't really need it right now because the holidays are over and I kind of like, I'm trying to really get a grip on my schedule and really not do customs on those weeks. So if I don't do customs, I really don't need anybody baking for me. I could bake quicker myself. So that's how I prepare for my monthly subscriptions. But my designs are done at least 2 to 3 weeks in advance because just in case I need to cut any cookie cutters on my end, I need to, you know, have everything done. Any images I'm buying off of Etsy for my Eddie, I want that all done. So I do have my designs planned out. I'm always looking ahead. Like I have a folder on my Instagram labeled subscription boxes, and I'm always throwing stuff in there. Like, oh, St. Patrick's Day, throw it in there. If you have vacation or events that conflict with your subscription drop date, how do you handle that with shipping with your customers? So I have been pretty aware of that, and I knew, like when I was picking my shipping date and my subscription date, I kind of had in my head like what my vacation. I don't go on multiple vacations a year. I pretty much go on like 1 to 2 vacations a year, and it's always a spring break vacation. So I knew that wouldn't interfere. I'll be away in the beginning of April. And possibly the end of August. So I kind of like picked those dates on purpose because I knew that I wouldn't be away. As far as events, there's really no event that would like stop me from being able to work. My life revolves around this job. You know, day events, but that's not a big deal. I'll just work my schedule around that if that does come up. Do all your subscriptions ship on the same day? They trickle in all month. They do not trickle in. Everything is pick up and shipped the same exact day. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to see if I could ship my orders out and then pick up the next day, but it just depends. How do you know if your customer base is ready and willing to support a subscription box? That's what I was saying before. I created that group, and you don't need to create a group necessarily. You could just go on your Facebook page and put a poll out, or, you know, put it out there, you know, and see if people have interest in doing something like that. That's definitely what I would do. How many cookie and sweet variations do you typically include? I went over that. Cutoff deadline, I went over that. I don't offer any rewards right now. Definitely something in the future I want to do. And my last question was workflow. How do you manage workflow to get it all done. I don't sleep, and I drink a lot of coffee, and I have a husband that does everything when I'm working. So yeah, workflow is a constant battle, always with me. I used to really overbook myself. I try not to, especially on subscription weeks. So I only have to work on subscription. I don't have to work on custom orders. But I do have to-do lists, like deadlines and timelines. And I don't know if any of you are familiar with GoodNotes, but GoodNotes is an app where you can import like a digital planner and digital worksheets and everything. So what I do is I do my little to-do lists on here, and I will show you my favorites. Hold on one second. It's gonna load. So, all right, for instance, this was yesterday. And I write on there, what I want to do for that day, what my goal is to get done, what, maybe if I have time, what I can get done, any shopping list that I have to do. You notice how workout is not highlighted on that sheet there? It's because I never got to that yesterday. So I like rely so heavily on to-do lists. Like I need it. I need to see it. I need to highlight. I need to check. And I have my end goal. So like Thursday, I need to be done with everything. So Monday, I wanted to start to finish, all of my 3 designs. Today, I wanted to start to finish my other 3 designs. So that's how I kind of do that. Drop cookies, do you use a backer to keep them from breaking? No, I just put them in a thick heat sealed bag, and I put them in bubble wrap also. Payment subscription is done on the 16th. Which day do you schedule pickup, ship? Also, do you ship frozen? So payment and subscription is done on the 16th, but the 16th is for the following, like when they're, like I was just saying before, all of my payments that got taken out on the 16th of this month is not for this month's box. December's payment was for January's box. This month's payment was for February's box. But the people who signed up after that, like say they had like a payment on like the 9th, that was for this month's box. It gets a little confusing. It took me like a few months to really like get a grip on that. I was on customer support constantly. Do you ship frozen? I don't ship frozen. If I do freeze any of my designs, because I have to do them ahead of time, I take them out ahead of time. I don't do that. Yeah, so do you freeze your drop cookies or bake those last? Drop cookies are always last. Always last. I always do that. That's the last thing that I do. So let's see. I think I answered all questions. Does anybody else have any other questions? I think I covered everything. I hope I covered everything. I feel like I'm missing something. It's been really fun. It's exciting when like your email goes off and you're like, you have a new subscriber. And it's like, oh yeah, I have a new subscriber. And then you get the email and you're like, your subscriber canceled. And you're like, awesome. And like, it stinks because it's like, you get all excited. And my husband constantly tells me, he's like, it's the business. You're not gonna have everybody forever. You're gonna get new people. You're gonna get people cancel. It's just, Have you had issues with shipping in the warmer months? I haven't shipped in the warmer months yet. I started in September where it was like getting kind of chilly out. If I am shipping anything chocolate, I did purchase freezer packs from Uline, so I do have those ready to go. Have you had any issues with, okay, I already said that. Are you doing a Valentine's Day pre-sale? I have a tray of samples behind me of just naked cookies that I need to do for Valentine's Day. I'm doing a Valentine's Day pop-up. I'm doing a virtual pop-up for Valentine's Day this year. I didn't do a pre-sale. Do you partially decorate and freeze before fully decorating? No. I decorate from start to finish. Do you have every ingredient list approved by your cottage food license board? Yes, everything that I do, I am approved by my agriculture and markets from New York State. How do you come up with the color palette for the decorated cookies, and how do you even get the palette to print out with your cookie design? My mind is blown. Procreate, guys. Let me tell you something. I'm not an artist. My mom is a major artist, and she lives on Procreate. And I just learned over the break, because I took some time off, how to use Procreate. And it is just amazing. So I did all of my designs ahead of time on Procreate. That's there's lives that you could watch on that. I'm not the person to teach you at all. The Good Notes app is, where is it? It's this one right here with the little lines and the pen. Maybe you went over this already because I'm late. I'll rewatch. Is there a deadline for them to cancel? No, they can cancel whenever, but if they cancel, so the way the payment works is if they, okay, so say somebody who was my first time subscriber and their payment gets taken out on the 16th and they're canceling the day before I'm shipping out, they're canceling their next month's box. They're not canceling this month's box. They already paid for that. I design a lot through Canva also. Do you get requests for additional cookies, and do you offer that? No. I never get requests for anything extra. I made that very clear when I was going over the box, that what comes in the box is what comes in the box. And that's it. I won't offer anything like that. It just gets too confusing. I want everything exactly the same because I have an assembly line when I sign up, and I don't want to be bothered with any of that. I do, however, every month make a vegan box for one of my good friends. Her son is allergic to eggs and butter, so I have to do a vegan box for him. I just do sugar cookies for him. That's it. And it's kind of a pain in the butt, but I do it because I'm a sucker and I can't say no. That's why I do it. But I will show you. Hold on. This is a picture of them all. Let me just focus here. Hold on. That's all my boxes stacked up during Christmas time. That's how I put the stickers on them like that. Do you ever, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't do anything additional. You're very welcome. If anybody has anything else, you could ask me or I'll sign off. And just make sure I got everything. Have you had more interest in the vegan cookies? Just curious. No. I really don't get any requests for them at all. Let me just make sure I answered all these questions. I sell freeze-dried fruits, not cookies, and I have other items. The thing has stopped me from subscription boxes that I want people to be able to add things to their boxes. Yeah, I mean, it's hard because you get so many requests from different, everybody wants different things. So virtual pop-up, it's just I make whatever I want and I go live and showing them, and then I put everything on my website and they buy it. And what do you sell them for? My boxes are $45. $45 pickup, $53 if they want it shipped. So I think that's it. I don't think, if anybody has any questions, they want to reach out to me. I know it's very overwhelming getting started. And getting up and running. Do you do Facebook ads for your area? Wondering if you found that successful. I did a Facebook ad once and it really didn't do much for me. Too much, yeah. I only did it once. I really haven't done it that much. So I really can't answer that question. I think that's it. I think that's it. That's everything I include in the box. I created a little binder. And I did download, a subscription planner. I downloaded it and I printed it all out and I didn't even use it once. So I have 20 planners. So I didn't even use that. but you can get something like that to keep yourself organized. Or is it white with stickers on it? Do you design your boxes? No, I don't have any like personalized boxes. I do want to get those, but you know, right now, cost wise, it's just not worth it for me. But maybe eventually. The cards are box revealing what's in next month's box. No, the cards in my box are just like a preview of what's in this month's box with like flavors and everything like that. All right, I think I got everybody here. So thank you all so much for spending the last hour with me. If anybody has any questions, or if you're watching this on a replay, just make sure you say replay so I know to answer it, and I will definitely answer your questions. So have a good night, and I hope that you guys found this, you know, informational for you guys and you were able to get something out of it. And good luck if you are starting this venture. It's super fun. So I'll see you guys in Sugar Cookie Marketing. Have a good night. Bye.